And we're live? Are we live? Testing testicles. Are we live? Just waiting for the... We're live. Yes, we're live. There's me again, Broodception. Hello, everybody. I'm not late at all. Every one of your clocks are wrong. You're a couple minutes fast. I'm right on time.
Well, that was fucking dreadful.
Apologies, yeah. No, I was literally just away there 2 minutes ago, lifting up carpet in the hallway, so I'm as red as the flag in front of me. I do look like a bit of a chameleon. If I stay still long enough, you might not see me. It's probably a benefit. But anyway, we'll see who's in the studio at the minute. We've got a couple of chaps there. So the whole point of the show, really, what we're going to do, basically, I want it to be a show because a lot of our stuff, a lot of the people that comes onto the channel stuff are all Man United fans. We always get the Man United perspective, but I wanted to go a wee bit broader on things. I said on the KG show earlier, I advertised the thing. Hopefully he's okay with that. And hopefully you've joined us from that. I want to get just as many teams, many different teams as possible in here. I know we're definitely going to have Man United ones. There's a certain Mark Downey, my co-host, is in the building also. He's not in the background yet. He hasn't grown the plums just yet.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here.
But he's on the liquor. Typical for an Irishman. He's on the liquor. He's a wee bit steamboats. So maybe he does have a bit of courage to come on here. So you'll definitely get at least one Man United opinion tonight. But we have all different teams. We've got Chelsea fans in the building. We've got an Arsenal fan in the building who gets a lot of abuse. And we also have a Crystal Palace fan in the building. I'm sure you can guess who that is. Shout out, me and man. Which we may start off with. But before we start, basically what we're going to do is I'll ask you, everybody, basic couple of questions and let you get off your chest what you got to say. And then if the topic, goes on from that, we'll see. We'll have a bit of fun. I can see a lot of people in the background. What I want you to do, if you're short on time or, you want to get your say sooner because you got to go, it is going to get a wee bit late, just do that or put it in the private chat, I need on. So we'll start with the main man. Probably the one, maybe the only person that we're going to get on that is a fan of a team that might get relegated. It's my main man, Rich and Ponce. How are you, my brother?
I'm going to let you off because you were able to say my surname correctly.
Really?
Absolutely.
Why? What do other people call it?
You don't even want to know. I've heard Ampanash. I've heard Anasar. I've heard all sorts, but it's all good. Yeah, listen, yeah. You're not the only one that's writing us off. We get written off every year. It's normal. It is what it is. How you doing, though, Brad?
It's looking a little bit, dare I say, peak this year for you guys.
You're really improving with the vocab.
Apparently that means ugly, but whatever. So, a couple of first questions. The first one, obvious one. What's your name? What team do you support?
Yeah, I'm Rich.
AKA
Eagle Eye Football. Support Crystal Palace.
Okay. I was going to ask, and I don't know because it might end up getting too long. I was going to ask two football-related questions. One of them being if you've got something you want to get off your chest about your club, and also something about the league in general, or in the case of another guy that's in the background there, if you want to talk about a different league or a different topic in a different league that isn't getting too much traction because we're also focused on United here or the Premier League. So we'll start off. Is there anything you got to say about your club as a whole that you would like to be addressed?
I want to address our fan base. Yes, we didn't get the result we wanted against Watford yesterday, but we completely dominated the game. Just couldn't score. Had enough chances to score, just didn't take them. And there was like a massive outrage. There was some that were saying Vieira out, which I don't understand. He's come in, he's changing the culture of the way we play. We're playing a lot more possession-based football. We're trying to be a bit more expansive in our play, which is always going to take time. And I've said time and time again, this will probably be our hardest season. This will be our hardest season. But we've got to give the gaffer time. And on that note, hopefully we get about 3 or 4 more signings through the door, because we badly need another centre forward. It'd be great to get a right winger in. I know Ahmad's been spoken about, but time's ticking. And a centre midfielder, and I think we'll be in good stead.
Where do you think your most likely sort of league finish? Where would you guess? Where are you going to finish in the league?
13th.
13th? So a couple of places above Arsenal then? Not too bad.
Not too bad at all.
Not too bad. So who would be your ideal signing then for up top?
Odsonne Edouard from Celtic. He's currently, if he doesn't sign for a club by the window closing, he would then go into the last year of his contract. And I'm sure Celtic don't want to risk losing him on a free transfer, because he did say he will literally run his contract out. So I'm hoping we can get this over the line. I think they're holding out for a bit more money. I think we're going in at 12 million with add-ons to make it 15. I think they want to start at like 15 or 16 to get towards 20. So it's kind of just like a bit of a tug of war at the minute. But we lost out on Armstrong trying to do this. Adam Armstrong, who went to Southampton, and just pay the money.
I really hope we get a Southampton fan on here tonight, although it's probably not likely. We watching him at the weekend there. He did one of the funniest things I've ever seen happen on a football pitch. I don't know if you've seen it. You probably didn't, because it wouldn't be part of anyone's highlights. Probably one of those blooper moments in football. But the ball, it was like a head height, maybe slightly lower height ball into the box, and he headed the ball with his forehead, and it still somehow went backwards. It went behind him. Off his forehead, it hit the floor like under it, like it was, I don't know if it was directly under his feet or right beside his feet, but the spin of the ball fired it backwards. So, and
that's mad.
He was like 2 yards out of goal, and it was like, that's a great opportunity. And then they played it in slow motion, and you could see he closed his eyes and he just hit it spun backwards. It was unbelievable. So I think you might have dodged a bullet there with him. I keep hearing people going, "Oh, he's one to look for, one for the future," all that sort of stuff. That one moment, I don't think I've ever seen anyone, even in the Irish League, I've never seen somebody do something so stupid. It was hilarious. But
no,
personally,
I think he'll come good. He's quite sharp. He's a goal scorer. I mean, he should have scored against you guys. He's the one that Maguire passed back to him.
So is this 2 opportunities he should have scored?
Yeah.
He's not a goal scorer.
He'll come good.
No, I think he's just like the fresh young thing. We get one of those every year, I think. You always see it sort of in the fantasy league, where there's just a random one. Who was it last year? Was it Danny Ing? No, it was who was that? Calvert-Lewin, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, start of the year in the fantasy leagues, he was blowing up. He was cheap as chips, and whoever had him was. But I think that's sort of what people are talking about. Shea, or isn't it? No, is it? No. What's Adam Armstrong? I was going to say Shea Adams there. Shea Adams, because I have him in my fantasy league, and he scored that goal. Well, it was a Fred own goal, but I was sort of semi-celebrating because he's in my fantasy league. But anyway, we have a question here in the chat from the main man, MD. It says, Rich, surely Ivan Toney should be on Palace's radar?
He won't go anywhere as long as Brentford are in the league, to be honest. And I don't see Brentford going down, personally.
What do you think long-term for Brentford? Do you think they'll stay up?
This season they will. Next season, it's always the second season that kind of like teams slip up in. So we'll see how they go next season. But I think they'll be okay.
Okay, I'm getting quite a few questions here for you. Vibes, the main man, who's changed his photo again, unless this is a Vibes imposter. I don't get that photo. If you know what that's about, let me know. Who's that?
Yeah, I kind of missed the one with the chip, the crisps. Sorry.
I don't know I have no idea. But that's gone over my head. It says, Rich, You can have Ahmad Diallo if you take Phil Jones. See,
Then just keep Ahmad. Keep Ahmad.
oh, I see. He's cleared it up a wee bit here. Oh,
Ah, yes.
the one Jose lost his job at Chelsea over. That was a mad one. Remember that? Where remember she came onto the pitch and that was the end. That was the beginning of the end of him.
Yeah, no, Marina's the one that she negotiates all Chelsea's deals.
Oh, who am I talking? Oh, Eva.
Yeah,
That's
you Eva.
yeah. Okay. There's another question here. Let me see. Brush says he doesn't think he want to take a step down. I don't know if he's talking about Phil Jones there. Another one, Palace are an established Premier League club. Surely he could be swayed with cash money.
What money?
What player?
We don't have money like that, to be fair.
Mohammed says you can have Ahmad on loan and Jones plus 2 million just for taking Jones.
Are you paying us for 2 million to take him?
I might. I'll pay 20 quid for it just so I don't have to see it. Vibes a game with more madness.
You know you're never going to live this down, right?
Good. If you know, you know, and if you don't know, you should know. Basically, that's slang for ugly. Although Vibes, I think your standards are a bit high there. So we'll move on, Rich, unless we get some more questions here shortly. For the league as a whole, have you anything that you want to get across?
You know, Harry Kane deciding that he's staying for the summer, I found hilarious. It obviously doesn't mean that he might not try to leave in January, but you just can't play hardball with Levy and think you're going to win, especially when you signed a 6-year deal. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not the Spurs fans are forgiving, because they were chanting, "Are you watching Harry Kane?" and stuff. And
oh yeah,
by the looks of it, they seem like, "Oh yeah, our Golden Boy staying." So it's like, okay, which one is it?
Yeah,
so,
no, it's kind of like you have a girlfriend and she's like, "Oh, I don't know if we're working out," and then they're all like, "Oh no, don't leave," and then she's like, "It looks like she is leaving," and she's going, "Well, yeah, anyway." Oh.
Yeah, but I'm not ever fucking swearing.
And then she turns around and goes, "Well, let's give it another chance." And then you go, yes, okay, we'll try it again. I'll do better. That sort of situation. I would hate to be a Spurs fan right now. Is there any Spurs fans that we have in the sort of group? Because we need to get one.
James, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, hopefully James comes on here. Is that JG? That who that is? Is that a different one? Hopefully James comes on, because I would love to hear this perspective on this actual topic from a Spurs fan. But it seems like a spurned lover that's just happy to have them back. But it's a mad one. Like that's all that. I don't know what's worse, what he did, or if Ronaldo goes to City. I don't know what's more of a disrespect. It's their similar levels, what he's done. He just didn't turn up.
Oh, that's a good one, actually. Yeah.
Didn't turn up. Did an interview where he gave his own valuation. And
it's mad. And was called a saint.
Yeah, a footballing saint, although slightly taken out of context. But yeah, called a footballing saint. The level of disrespect that what Harry Kane has done, and now he's just come back today and he's like, "I'm staying." You know, the love that I heard, that's not it at all. The money just wasn't there for him. Completely inflated. He's a fantastic player, don't get me wrong. But if you're to pay that money, that's a big risk. Like, he doesn't have the worst injury record, but I don't know. Is he a symptom of the bottling club, or is he part of the problem? Is he going to be somebody that's not a big game player? But anyway, we're having this is potentially a James sort of situation. Rich, we're going to move on. We have another couple in the back. Rich, I know you'll stay in the background. If we need to call you in, we will.
I just want to address Alton Powell in the chat. Don't put that hashtag Mateta in, please. I'm really still annoyed with him. Thanks for having me on, Brad.
Yes, no, I'm sure you'll be back on later in the show.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here.
Anyway, I just want to hit this button. This has no reflection on you, Rich. This is just my newest button, and I really enjoy it. I think it's the best one.
Well, that was fucking dreadful.
In fact, it was very, very good, but I just really like that. Shout out, Rich. Anyway, we'll move on. The next fan that we have coming in. Can't believe I haven't dropped any bombs yet. Is a Chelsea fan. My main man, Leo from Euroscope. How are you, brother?
Yes, my man. I'm all good. Loving life at the moment.
I'm sure you are as a Chelsea fan. Things are looking
Yeah,
very
man.
rosy.
Balanced team. You can have two teams out there and every position's covered. So happy days, really, at the moment.
I must say I am somewhat or mostly biased in a negative way against Chelsea, solely because a lot of family members are Chelsea fans, and they've had most of the good times of recent. However, I will say this: in the last 5 years, forgetting about the last season, maybe our record against you was very, very good. I think it was like 5 or 6 wins in a row. A couple of them maybe a bit fortunate, but we did have the better of the head-to-heads, but overall sort of, better. We'll move on. I've announced you're a Chelsea fan. I've announced your name, Leo from Euroscope. The links, by the way, are in the description. So Rich's link for Eagle Eye Football is in the description. Leo's is in the description. If anybody else isn't down there, I can add that in later or during the show if anybody's I keep kicking my bloody camera. Amateur. Yeah. So I'll ask you the same 2 questions.
Yeah.
First one about your club as a whole, and second, just something general. I'm sort of relying on you not to go for the second one being a Premier League question, but maybe the Italian league, because I know you're proficient there, or anything. You pick it, anything in world football. But the first one about Chelsea, have you anything you want to get out there?
What, me ask the question or anyone throw a question towards me?
No, I'm asking you the question. Is there anything that you don't think's getting any discussions about the club?
I mean, at the moment, I think
that's a great situation you're in.
Yeah, I just
no dramas.
I can't really fault anything at the moment. Where Tuchel seems to have actually brought balance. It's like fucking Star Wars. Brought balance to the team in regards that players that weren't going to be utilised have been either sold or put to loan, which for once has given a proper equilibrium. And as I say, we could easily put 2 teams out that are well balanced and probably not struggle. It's quite a good situation to be in. But as I say, very, very early in the season, injuries do occur. And I think we need to just basically bide our time and not get too ahead of ourselves, which I think a lot of people do as soon as their teams start doing really well. But you found that too good, Landre. Nah, not at all, man. Like honestly, like the guy can wear a fedora for all I give a shit. He's so savvy with football. Honestly, it's nice having a manager that's kind of got a level head on his shoulders. And as I say, last season we did not have a Champions League winning team, and we still bloody won the cup. So don't ask, I don't know, but it was just a good vibes last year, and actually hopefully it carries on.
There's a question that sort of merges the 2 topics of discussion. What do you think about the business with Tammy Abraham?
I'm so disappointed. Obviously, I'm a massive follower of the Serie A, so I watched the Roma game and actually watched him for his 67 minutes, which I think was planned anyway, because he was in isolation before him kicking off the game, and Mourinho gave him the option of playing or not playing. Honestly, I was dumbfounded by how good he actually was. The 2 assists, the amount of hold-up play, his kind of way of just merging into the Italian league as well. it's synonymous to what an English player can actually do. And because he's so young and he's got Mkhitaryan there, he's got Chris Small in there, he's got players that actually have had Premier League experience. I feel he could definitely make a name for himself out there. Obviously, staying injury free, and Mourinho doesn't do the same thing of overplaying players, which he does do, and actually gives him a bit of a reprieve because he's going to need time to, one, adjust, but two, obviously not to overwork himself and get absolutely destroyed out there. But for me, I'm happy and sad at the same time. I'm happy that Tammy's getting time to play. I'm sad that he's left Chelsea, but I think he's going to end up doing a full circle and coming back to us as well at some point. We'll probably buy him for a bloody 100 million, nine our luck. But yeah, I think Tammy is a one for the future, and I've started following him on Instagram just because I really want to, honestly.
I heard he got a standing ovation.
Mate, it was unbelievable. I was in such awe of it, and I was so happy for him because I hoped he scored. He actually had a header and he just hit the crossbar, and you could see how pissed off he was with himself because that would have been a perfect debut. But yeah, good for him, man. Honestly. So yeah, as I say, Tuchel done some good business. We've got 40 million for him, and I think we're moving forward. I think Rich asked a question about Werner's abuse, and as I said before, I think it's disgusting what they've done at the open training of abuse on Werner, because it's not only it's not one of those things. As I say, I'm a massive advocate for mental health, and I think for a player that's still adjusting to the league and he's already got a Champions League medal with the team, people need to kind of look at what he actually is. He is a backbone player for us at the moment, where he lacks goals, he brings more to the team because he actually plays with the team. In fact, he opens the play up for players like Kai Havertz. He's started to show his worth at the club as well, and he's got the link obviously with the German effect. I think Werner's going to be prolific this season as well, and he's going to get a few goals.
Yeah, sometimes you have to straddle the line between really giving people abuse and giving honest critiques of a player. I think it was fair to say last year didn't have the best of years. It's fine to give him a bit of abuse here, lighthearted sort of stuff, but to be properly abusive like we had it wasn't the year before, Paul Pogba going down the tunnel, and I think it was caught on video, like 3 or 4 different fans shouting dogs abuse, swearing and all at the player. At the end of the day, it's entertainment. You know, it's a lot of our lives revolve around it, but yeah, sometimes it can just get too much, and we're guilty of it. We're guilty of it even today. Talking about Phil Jones, I know, and the people. Go ahead.
No. What I was going to say, what we forget is, as much as they are professional on the pitch, these players are still in their early 20s, man, and literally their mindset is trying to entertain the crowd, but also trying to sustain equilibrium in themselves, where obviously something goes out of joint, it could completely disrupt players. So I think a fine example of how much football can affect the mental health was Ilicic last year for Atalanta. He had to take, I think he took about 4 months out from playing because his mental health just wasn't there, and the team gave him time to kind of recuperate and came back into it. So I think it's one of those things where we need to really start thinking about what's said, not just to players, but obviously racial abuse is another thing that's just disgusting as well. I think what we get from the entertainment perspective, people take for granted, and I think it's disgusting, man. Honestly, I think some people do not know how lucky we are. We could be, and I'm not going to say, but we could be in Afghanistan's kind of state of play in country-wise, and we could lose all of that in a day. So I think people just need to start opening their eyes and realizing how lucky they are that they get great entertainment and have these world-class players there as well.
100%, Leo. A bit of a random one out of nowhere here. I need to go and do something, a bit of a family emergency here. But I'll be back shortly. Going to bring on my main man Rich. I know he's back there eating popcorn. To have this is a very interesting discussion that you're having. I'd like to hear you continue that on. I'll bring Rich on, and hopefully you can continue.
Yeah, that's fine with me. Not a problem at all. Yes, Rich.
Yes, Leo.
How you doing, bro?
All good, all good. Now you made a massive point regarding obviously mental health and that, and I guess as fans we all have moments where we take things for granted. What do you think can be done to assist athletes in that manner? Because obviously a fan will say, oh well, they earn thousands of pounds or millions of pounds and stuff. What do you think that can be done in the game?
And as I say, money helps. Money is also a root of all evil, because once you get everything you want, boredom kicks in. And I mean, a lot of famous athletes. So I think if you're looking at was it Keith Gillespie that used to play for Newcastle? He was at one point one of the biggest transfers in England, and he had it all, and he wasted all his money on gambling. Same as John Hartson. So I think you hear all these stupid stories. Oh, they spent 200 grand in one night and la 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 la.
Yeah.
But I think it's temptation is one of the things where it's who they have as a network of friends around them as well, and who supports them. I think there's just got to be more prevalence of where the pressure falls for them to play football and at high levels week in, week out. I think there's also got to be a kind of where the psychological input comes into play from the psych team, that I think there should be an assessment on each player on a bi-monthly basis, because just to see how they're getting on. So I think what was that? Gary Speed, Wales manager, had it all at his feet, killed himself, but no one knows why. It's all of these things where actually looking at these players where they're at a top level, but I think once they start to go from these top levels, they start to retire as well. It's kind of PTSD. So if you look at, Gaza's got a massive alcohol problem, unfortunately, but where it comes down to it is he still thinks he can play football. He thinks he should be doing what he's doing, and the realism up here to what's in front of him is not corresponding. So I think there's kind of a detachment from when you walk away from football or what's past it. Sometimes that affects what they do on the pitch, because they may not see some past football, basically. So I think it's one of those things that there should be more to that athlete than just, you're playing this week up front, make sure you score goals, and then when you switch off for 2 days, you're back to training and playing again. Yeah. It's actually, how do they switch off? What do they do to kind of, put themselves in a mind frame? Some of these players are sponsored by EA Sports, so the biggest thing they're going to do is chill out and play FIFA. Yet again, it still revolves around football. I love FIFA. I love PES. I love all of these type of things. But it gets down to, do they ever switch off fully and just say, you know what, I've got an amazing plan, I can just switch off and go with my family. So I think it's all this thing of the bright lights and everything else, but camaraderie is covered a lot, which is really sad.
All sorted, Brad?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Not to disrespect the tone. It was an emergency. I just may have picked up a sandwich at the same time.
Whilst you're eating, there was a question earlier, Leo said, how many goals will Lukaku get this season, you reckon?
Lukaku, for us, I think he's going to hit about 28 to 31, and that's through not just in the league, but I think through the whole season. Now, for me, obviously, pace from Italy to here is quicker. So where he's become more limber and lost a lot of weight, he's just got to be really careful not to get injured. And that's my worry, is that there's going to be so much on his shoulders now. He scored one against Arsenal, which for me, it was great play. But I think he's just got to be realistic with himself. He's just getting a tone back to the Premiership, and the levels are very different to Serie A. although it is more difficult to score in their Serie A.
There's a question from a main man, Rich, that don't think got addressed unless I was away. Who would win in a race, Werner, Dan James, or Traore? Apparently, your man Adam Armstrong. He can't be that good. I can't remember his name. The first round of the matches this season, he was the fastest out of anybody. So maybe you put him in there too. But who do you think?
Probably, if you're looking at stat chart, you're probably looking at Dan James. Adama Traore is bulky. He's fast, but he's very bulky. So I think that's going to pull him back a little bit. Or if he lubes himself up, then he's just lubricating himself. But you got to think Werner as well has got pace. It's a difficult one. It's one of those things where you can look at the FIFA statistics, and you're probably your highest level, your fastest person on there would be Adama Traore. But
here's a slight variation on the question. If all three of them, say they were on the halfway line and they all had the ball at their feet, who would be the first to dribble it into the box and score? It may take a couple of hours, but who would be first?
Werner definitely wouldn't fucking score at the moment. Adama Traore, probably Adama Traore. I think he's just got that.
He can't score either.
Yeah, but if you want to put it on the plate kind of thing, probably Adama or maybe Werner if he's having a good day. James,
how big is the plate?
Dan James, he get lost and cause a pile up like that cycling one.
Well, for real, man. But for me, yeah, it's a good question, man. I think it's just one of these things we need to look at.
Question here from Brush.
Leo, being the mental health advocate you are, did you reach out to Mari the way Lukaku bullied him?
Let's not go too deep into that because we've got an Arsenal fan in the background. I'm sure that'll be brought up along with that amazing business for Ben White.
Really got
Come here,
back.
fella, please. Get out of here.
Wrong one.
Well, that was fucking dreadful.
Yes, mate. I'd say, did I reach out to him? Yeah, I did, and he said no comment on it. I think you just got to look, Dan. I just think Lukaku is showing himself to have matured, and that's what it is. The difference is that he's matured as a player. He's starting to understand hold-up play a little bit more. He's not so one-sided, and obviously one of the things he's taken on board is he's always been in awe of Stamford Bridge ever since he was at Anderlecht. When he was a young lad, and he did say he'll play there one time, and he's obviously back with us for the second time. I think what's happened, he's just matured and started to understand a bit more about movement, which is why he probably bullied the shit out of Murray over the weekend. And as I say, Arsenal's, no offense to any Arsenal fans, but Arsenal are just
dead.
They are. But Aubameyang got a hat-trick tonight, and Lacazette scored. They won 6-0 in the EFL, so I'm sure that's going to come up. We won't mention the EFL, Rich, but I love you, man. But also,
if you're going to throw shade, get the right competition, please. It's the Carabao Cup.
Carabao Cup, same shit. No, you're crap anyway. All right. Sorry. But what I was going to say, I mean, it doesn't really bother me. But also, if we're looking into other leagues quickly, obviously the biggest news, as you've said already, is Ronaldo potentially Man City. I think now he's just got to prove himself at Juventus and not be a prat about it just because Messi's made a move. Mbappe wants out from PSG and potential Real Madrid move. It's just football just got stupid, like for big players like that. Like he's 36, going on 37. Just stick with Juventus, prove what you can do for this season, and then move maybe next year to America and make some money, man. I think it's just going to be a dumb move if he goes again because he's got to settle in again. The whole camaraderie of him moving, and not just because I'm a Juve fan, but at the end of the day, we were 2-0 up before he come on the pitch, and then the Udinese equalised whilst he was on the pitch. So. I don't know, but he did score after half an hour and get booked, and then it got disallowed, which is another thing. I don't know, mate. I think football's just got ridiculous. I think looking at the amount of money these players are going for just because they won Ballon d'Ors and that, you've just got to be careful, man. I think Man City would be stupid to get him anyway. Or not. Any advance? What do you think, Rich? Palace? Yeah, you might go Palace.
Now that Kane's not going, it's not a bad idea for them to go for someone like Ronaldo, to be honest. But I don't expect Ronaldo to go there because obviously his ties with United, but you just never know in football. And I think Bradley's have a massive smile on his face.
Mate. No, man, we just got to be wary. I mean, at the moment, there's so much chat about movements. It's just going to push players in the wrong direction. If he doesn't want to leave, he doesn't want to leave. I mean, I read about what Raiola wanted for Haaland, and it was 274 million, which is
a bit mad.
What the hell are you on, mate? Like, he's good, don't get me wrong, but where are you going with it, man? Like, and Raiola just a greedy bastard anyway. He's ruined so many players' reputation for he's so greedy, man. Like, just got to sort himself out a bit.
Definitely does.
But for me, at the moment, I think it's one of them things where I'm enjoying both sides. Like I shall say, Italian and the English league at the moment, and there's only one game gone in the Italian league. Milan are looking quite good as well. Inter obviously very comfortable 4-0 win as well. So I think we're just looking at it's just going to be an open season as well. And Juventus, we've started crap before where we were, I think it was 12th and still won the bloody league. So I'm not fussed about it. Allegri can turn things around. And the biggest move as well is Correa's just moved from Lazio to Inter Milan as well.
Cool. Guys, whilst we're waiting on Brad, check in the comment section any questions you got regarding like Serie A that you want to ask Leo.
Yeah, man. I'm so sorry. Also, quickly, lads, I know it's not my show. I'm sorry I haven't actually managed to get a show done. I've been so busy at work. But I will throw one together because I actually do want to sum up the first bloody week of the Italian league. Any other questions regarding Italian league or Chelsea or anything that you don't want to talk about? Everyone's like 2-foot prick. 2-foot prick. Oh, mate, how do you think Napoli will do this season? I mean, they're a funny team, man. They're a funny team because there was a lot of doubt about Lorenzo Insigne as well. 12-0, yeah, my God. They're a funny team. There's a lot on Lorenzo Insigne initially not staying at the club, and now he is, and then he scored over the weekend after his second penalty after he missed the first one. I think they need consistency. Lazio didn't look too bad either under Sarri. I think it's just going to be a very interesting setup. I think Gattuso's left a good blueprint at Napoli, and it's sad that how that relationship deteriorate. Who's the brightest young talent in Serie A? Ooh. Probably Milan's Brahim, number 10. He's looking quite good. He scored over the weekend. Who else?
Is that the one they got from Real Madrid?
Yeah. And then there's also Sassuolo. What the hell is his name, man? He scored as well. He's only 19. Raspadori, that's it. Raspadori is going to be someone to keep an eye on this season. He won the Euros with Italy. He did get a game, I think. Yeah, Brahim Diaz. But I think Raspadori is going to be an interesting watch this season as well. And their business model. Do you think the traditional big teams in the like United and Arsenal have failed to keep up with the times? Dollar, that's a good question. No, I think Chelsea have. I think if you look at United, Arsenal's spending this year already is 179 million, where Chelsea were the fifth highest spending. I think we spent 109. It's still mad money, but I think we're not just going all out and going buying every Tom, Dick, and Harry and thinking, we need this person and that person. I think we're starting to fill gaps where is needed, and we're now looking at our youth system as well. I'm so happy like Chalobah's coming through as well and starting to show his worth. So for me, I think I think Chelsea are starting to step it up a little bit. Arsenal have always had the youth system in place, but I think it's just got way out of hand and they're not really thinking on their feet and they're just spending money. And also United, well, all I've got to say is substitution IQ, I think, and we're going from that perspective, innit? Sandro Tonali, Sandro Tonali. Yeah, Sandro Tonali is going to be another one to watch. Well, he needs a bit more game time at Milan, coming back from injury and stuff. So I think we'll need to move that. He'll move through the paces from there.
Back, guys.
What'd you go for crisps? What'd you do?
No. Long story short.
Nibbling on a twiglet and it's saying like, yeah, I'm all right. Trust me.
No, long story short, we've recently moved house. The wife still doesn't know where the router is, and so she just unplugged it just midstream. So
what a ledge!
Yeah. So maybe.
Oh,
KGB doing the most.
no, has it been unplugged again?
Have you gone again? He's gone again, bruv. I mean, I'm loving this show. It's just me. Bradley went to apologize to everyone and he got back. Mate, he looks like he's just going. Oh, mate. Well, that was useless.
So fitting. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm sure she's done this on purpose.
There
he is.
Well, that was fucking shit, wasn't it?
Hold on.
Well, that
No, has
was
it been unplugged
fucking
again?
dreadful.
There you go.
Brad, is this a sign from the missus that she wants you to get off the stream?
He's gone again, bruv. Mate, get the hamster to run faster in the wheel, man. He's still got dial-up, I'm telling you. He's got dial-up, look. Just stay in that position, you're getting good signal.
Tie-Fi settings. Karma for me doing that to everybody with the Tie-Fi settings is finally coming back to bite me.
Got the Hamza Wi-Fi. He needs the shirt now, brother. He'll be sorted as well. Bro, Hamza's getting better tonight.
He's gone again.
Oh no, there he is. Look, he's playing fucking hide and seek. Look.
Bradley, turn your personal hotspot on.
Oh, for real, man. Start streaming off your phone, bro. No, mate. Oh, shit. No, man. I think 144p fan TV, mate. Seriously. But he looks like he's picking his nose or doing a fart or something. Like, look at him like, oh, he's gone again. Oh, mate, this show's banging, bro. Honestly,
it's hilarious. See, the only issue is because I'm not directly on his login. It's not even like I could just bring the next guest in or anything like that.
No, and you can't hand the mic over like that, can you? You can't put it in settings to make you like host.
Are you slobbering in here about me?
No, I'm saying your Wi-Fi is fucking sick, bro.
It's not even Wi-Fi. It's plugged in. It's being all weird because the router was turned off.
Brad, bring in your next guest. Otherwise, they'll just be waiting like in the background for you. Just
yeah.
Who's coming in next?
Actually, well, if I do that and I bring in somebody else, and then it shits the bed again, they're there by themselves, and I can't bring anybody on. But we'll take that risk.
Bring them in the four-way chat, and we'll let them talk just in case, and then there'll be a little chat if you do cut off again.
Right? Hey, genius.
Right.
Wait, what said Hamza's not pending fast enough.
Alton, you're about to come in. very shortly. So
Imagine it's Hamza, bro. That'd be fucking hilarious.
let's bring him in. He's muted. Alt, how are you, brother?
You.
Can you come on and save this show? It's drowning.
I'm here laughing, man. You guys are killing me.
Well, that's good.
You-
That's good.
What's
So
going on?
We're going to
What's
start
happening?
laughing. We're going to stop laughing at me, and let us know, who do you support?
I support the biggest club in London.
Ballot.
That'll be the Arsenal.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of
Arsenal are all dead.
Listen.
Was
We
fucking
just
dreadful.
won 6-0. Yeah, we're gonna win the fucking league. Yeah.
Yeah, but Southampton won 8. So
All right. Cool.
Second
We'll come
best.
second. Still Champions League places, all the same. Yeah.
You'll win the bottom of the league. Don't worry, man.
So also, I'll ask you the same question that I asked the other two. I'm not going to ask you what's your name because we've already done that. What do you want to talk about? One, for your team, or two, for the league in general, or any other league that you might want to talk about, or just something that isn't getting much discussion. If you want to put some slander on Souness's name, I just want to hear a lot of that. 'Cause he's a not going to swear,
Yeah, but I'm not ever fucking swearing.
but he can suck on. So, else, what are you going to say?
Do you know what? I feel pretty good tonight. Because we won 6-0. We scored. We've actually got a goal of the month contender now. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't know what we was gonna do before.
I heard somebody saying that Arsenal are going to have to put one of their goal of the month is going to be in the middle of training.
Yeah, I think they include the women now, innit? Or maybe like the under flipping 15s or something like that. I think you have to take it from. But Saka scored a good goal today, so I think we've got our contender right there for goal of the month. But yeah, it's a bit weird. I don't know. The last couple of weeks have been a bit dull, innit, for Arsenal, I suppose. So today it's a bit, I don't know, feeling
Dull?
well.
That would suggest that you're kind of used to this misery.
Do you know what? We've been here for a little while. So
How bad do you think it might get? Is it going to get worse before it gets better, or is it just going to keep getting
you know
worse?
what? I always say in life, it can always get worse. It can always get worse. We could get relegated.
That's the
Chelsea nearly got relegated one season. Do you remember that, Leo? Mourinho's second stint.
Oh, mate. But we're still in the Premiership, mate, and we won the Champions League.
Yeah.
Since then, so.
Same with Liverpool. Liverpool, when Hicks and Gillette was in charge, they nearly got relegated. It can happen, man. It can always get worse. But hopefully,
I'm gonna say your fur kit is banging, bro. That's the only thing that's holding you. Your retro kit, bro, is making you shit like you used to be. So keep wearing it because we're loving it, bro. Seriously, 19 is one of my favorite numbers as well at the moment.
that's the best thing about Arsenal right now. Their kits,
Oh,
man.
man. Their kit, that's it, man.
So,
I mean, you Napoli is just on par as well. They're just sponsored by Emporio Armani, isn't it?
oh, really?
Yeah,
Here's a
man.
question
Well,
from
EA7.
a United perspective. There was a bit of talk about this, and I think the fan base, as the United fan base, is a wee bit split on this. The United third kit, the blue one with the yellow shorts. What do we think about that? I think it's got a tinge of Arsenal about it.
I
And-
think it's got a tinge of fucking Stevie Wonder all about it, mate. Who the fuck designed it is what I want to know.
I think it's a coincidence that we dropped points wearing that kit first
Yeah.
time because it looks a wee bit Arsenal-y. What do you think, Alts?
I'm just having a look at it now. It's the first time I've seen it.
Bruv, Stevie Wonder, I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, you need
You know what? To be fair, Man United kits are shit anyway. So they have been historically as well. Do you remember the green and yellow one with the little flipping free tangly bit by the throat bit, like the lace at the throat? Do you remember that? Cantona.
Oh, those are the Canada days.
That was a Canton I was about to say.
Yeah.
That,
Do you remember the grey one as well, where they couldn't flipping see?
Alts, I'm going to stop you here. If you're going to come on to this stream with Oh, that way. That behind me and slobber about yellow and green.
Oh,
You
you've
are
got
banned from the channel forever. Glazers out. That's if anybody asks me, that's what I'm gonna say. Glazers out. Yellow and green. It's Newton Heath. That's the
Newton Heath.
yeah. That's the history. So don't be slobbering about that. But yeah, the grey one was dead. I can't. They just changed it. They were like, no. But how dead is that as an excuse? By the way, couldn't see each other. That's why we were losing. Maybe you should put that on, and then so at least you've got some sort of excuse.
Oh gosh.
Who you look like? Oh, you got a City in it on the weekend, isn't it?
Oh fucking hell, don't remind me. Yeah.
You never know, man. It might be your luck. You might draw or something, but I think
Maybe you might get spanked.
fucking spanked. 6-7-0.
Who's Chelsea got? Who's Chelsea got?
Who the fuck we got this weekend? I can't even think, to be honest.
Who's Palace got, Rich?
Away to West Ham.
Yes, big sucking of bread,
we've got a really tough run in.
Antonio's on fire as well.
Oh shit, we got Liverpool as well.
Ooh.
Liverpool, Chelsea.
Yeah, Liverpool,
Big
Chelsea,
game,
big
big
games
game.
this weekend. Big game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, some good football this weekend, Charlie.
Yeah, bruv.
Antonio's gonna run ragged. Where is it? Sellers Park.
No,
That's away.
it's away.
He's gonna run ragged. Him and his big shoulders. He's gonna absolutely.
Hey, how pissed are United, man? David Moyes has like done something unbelievable at West Ham, bro.
Yeah, but that's his level.
That's his level, yeah.
He's just Everton them. He came to us for some reason. One of the only things you can really slander Fergie about, he really pushed for Moyes to come in. Let's get rid of that.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here.
We can't have that sort of suggestive hand maneuvers there. I don't know what he was doing there. I certainly wasn't fishing. Yeah. I'll ask you the second question because
go on.
You really don't want to talk too much about Arsenal because the less said about that, the better. But hold on, we'll bring back Leo. The second question then, for the league as a whole, or any league, or anything you don't think's getting enough attention, is there anything you got to say?
I think Chelsea win the league, and I think Liverpool miss out on the top four.
That's a bomb for yeah, I think everybody thinks that. Does anybody think Liverpool are going to finish in the top four? How mad's that, by the way?
Do you know what? Yeah, Chelsea. When we played Chelsea the other day, yeah, the way that they're bopping the ball is crazy. They've always got a spare man. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how he does it. I'm actually still trying to work it out. They always have a spare man. I don't know how his tactics are so.
Oh, it's because you got two similar players on the pitch. You got someone like Jorginho and Kante, where I'm not saying they're both the same, but they both have similar kind of movements. So where one goes forward, the other one holds, and it's the same what we were doing when Jorginho played with Italy. There was always the same kind of, that midfield always had the equilibrium, so which is where always the spare man, shall we say, would always come into play. And I think Tuchel's got the whole vibe of, if someone goes forward, someone's definitely dropping back to cover that person. So obviously Reece James going forward as well. You still had someone going back as well. So it's always just that kind of revolt. He's learnt that to the team, and the team seem to have actually taken that on board and moved the ball around really differently. And it's just exciting to see, bruv. So
you know what though? I do feel like let's say someone plays with a front three, I do feel like if the two wide players stay high and stay wide, hug the touchline, I think you guys will be in trouble, to be honest. Because what the other players have to do is what you do. You have to stretch. You're gonna have to stretch your back line wide. Do you know what I mean?
But where we've got, I see what you're saying with the three at the back. But the thing is, what we've also got is we've got youth in there as well with Chalobah. So I think we've definitely got something different at the back, where it's a mixture of youth and experience. I think that's going to bode well for us. I mean, there would be longevity basically this season, where there will, like, unlike other seasons, I think we've got a bit more longevity in the team this season.
Oh, so how long do you think Arteta's got?
He's got till
1 o'clock on Saturday. Sorry, till 2 o'clock
he's
on
got
Saturday.
till. Do you know what? He's got till Christmas. He's got till Christmas.
He ain't getting Christmas, bro. 2 o'clock on Saturday. You're
got
going to hear
till
Arteta
Christmas.
got the sack.
It's a
He's got
question.
till Christmas. What will happen is that we'll lose to City. We'll lose to City, but then what's going to happen is we've got a favorable run of games after that. Yeah. So we've got like
You're playing the women's team.
back Crystal Palace. I'm joking. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. We don't even have Palace, but we got a favourable run that teams that we should beat. If he strings together a run of like 7 games, no defeats, then everything's gonna cool down. Do you know what I mean?
Wait, stop.
Oh, so you're all right.
What teams should you beat?
In our next fixtures?
Yeah.
I think we've got Norwich. I think we have.
They won 6-0 as well, eh?
Huh?
They won 6-0 as well yesterday, innit?
Yeah, but I mean, we should beat Norwich, yeah? So, all right, after Man City, we've got Norwich. We should beat them. Yeah, it's at home. We should really win that. We've got Burnley away. Burnley a bit of a bogey team. Like, we never.
Yeah, man, they're like Stoke, bruv. Be careful with those type of teams, man.
But really and truly should be beating Burnley. I fancy us against Tottenham because that's obviously it's the North London derby. Form goes out the window, and we're at home, so I fancy us for that. Got Brighton. I don't really like playing Brighton, to be fair, but we edged that, I believe. Then, we've got Palace at home. I think we edged that one as well.
There's Vieira's first victory against his old team as well.
Yeah, first win of the season.
I think that one might be a pointer coming
And
in.
then we've got Villa, and I feel like Villa, the last 2 games, they're not the same without Grealish. So I don't know. Villa done a double of us last year as well. So, but it's at home again. So I reckon that we can get a win, if not, then a draw. But those games there, I don't reckon we lose.
Are you playing?
And that's taking us all the way up to October. Sorry.
You got any under 23 matches going on? Because I think that's not an easy run. You know that.
You're playing yourself in that run of fixtures.
I'm being serious, bro. You definitely got to look at what you lot have got. You lot have got some difficult runs, bro.
Listen, hear what I'm saying, yeah?
I'm listening.
Hear what I'm saying, right? Let's get serious now, yeah? I don't know how many people's in the chat, but I need apologies from everybody, yeah? Because when 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I believe, hold on, there's what? Our next 8 games, we are after City, sorry. The next 8 games after City.
You can't do that. No, you have to include City.
No. We're not winning City. We're not winning City. It's away from home. It's City. We're not winning City. I can tell you that.
Okay.
Norwich.
No,
Norwich.
No, I'm not.
Norwich 3 points. Burnley 3 points.
Hold that. Hear me. You have to include City. So in the next 9 games, do it that way. You have to include. You can't just skip that one.
All right, cool. All right. City, a loss. Then we're going to go Norwich, win. Burnley, win. Then we got the EFL third round, whatever. Yeah, then you got Tottenham. I'm going to go for a win. Brighton away, win. Palace at home, win. Aston Villa at home, win.
6 wins
Leicester
in a row.
City away, win.
7 wins in a row.
Arsenal Watford at home, win. Liverpool away, high score draw.
But what am I listening to? Do you know it sounds like it's Liverpool 1? Arsenal 4. It's not going to happen.
High
bruv.
score
Like,
draw. There's always goals. There's always goals in Liverpool Arsenal. High score draw.
So that was what 10 games, 1 loss, 8 wins, and a draw.
Oh, hold on. I didn't tell you about the next one. Arsenal Newcastle at home win.
oh,
Then,
what you
Man
smoking?
United Arsenal.
Ooh.
I'm going to hit the button.
I'm gonna go draw.
Well, that was fucking
Well, that was fucking dreadful.
absolutely. Oh, that was fucking dreadful indeed.
Can we do it?
Going by that, Arteta stays in the job.
Listen, I want him to succeed. I like Arteta. I think he's got good ideas. I think he just needs to he needs to be a bit more adaptable, man. I think like he needs to adapt a little bit better. Like he just needs to know the players that he's got. Like today, yeah, I know we won 6-0, but El Neni, oh my god, man, his body shape, yeah, is all wrong. Like when he receives the ball, like you know when you receive the ball, you can have your body shape so you can turn, you know, to play the ball forward or to drive forward. His body shape is to basically always to go sideways or back towards his own goal. So and he plays. I don't get it. I just don't get it, man. But
That's how Scott McTominay plays.
mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise. Bro, honestly, like, I don't know.
can't believe- I can't believe
You
what I
need
just
to look
heard.
at what you're saying here, though, Lou.
See, do you know the way? I think this is the second or third time I've heard this on different shows from you else. This apology that you're demanding. What apology are you going to be giving out to people when you lose 9 of these and draw against Norwich today? What's happening then?
So I'm Jamaican, yeah, and there's a saying, yeah, right, and the saying goes, "Bad man don't apologize for nothing." So so basically that's it. I won't be apologizing to nobody, but I want my apologies because the Arsenal disrespect is crazy.
But is it disrespect if it's somewhat based in reality?
No, I get that. I get it. But it's borderline, on all seriousness now, it's borderline witch hunt at the minute with Arsenal, to be honest. The media, and then, and someone's, like a friend of mine said, like, that it's our own fan base that have allowed this, because our own fan base are so bad, yeah. They're so negative that they've now allowed media. Someone was flipping running jokes on Love Island, for fuck's sakes. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, what the hell was what's going on? Do you know what I mean? Like, we're just
why are you watching fucking Love Island? Is what I'm asking you, bruv.
No. I said someone apparently told me.
Yeah, is it? Okay, was it on ITV catch up? Yeah.
I used to watch Love Island, not anymore, but but yeah, so
Because you were using that as an escape to get away from Arsenal. And
By the way, who won it? By the way,
huh?
Who won it?
Ben White.
Wait, listen, Ben White's gonna come good. Ben White's gonna come good. Trust me.
Shout out Hamza, Ben Shite. What was that? What is that? You paid more than we paid for Varane. That's crazy.
Yeah, but you lot paid 85 million for Maguire.
Okay, twice the player Ben White is.
Did you see the mistake that he made? Maguire's lucky the guy didn't score on the weekend. Otherwise,
listen, if you know anything about me, I have no problems complaining about Harry Maguire, but 50 million for Ben White is mental. It's no wonder that you're in the position that you are. The signings that are being made are crazy. Ben White, 50 million. Who on earth buys Willian and gives him that length of contract on that amount of money?
You see, with the Willian deal,
yeah, Chelsea.
At first, I was a bit like, I'm not too sure about Willian because of his age. I don't get the contract and the money, but I don't think anybody can dispute that Willian at Chelsea was a good player.
At Chelsea, yeah.
Yeah. So you would expect him to bring his form over, but he just came for the. I don't even know why he came. To
What
be honest,
Chelsea did, yeah, they gave you William with some lubricant, bruv, and just said, "There you go, bruv. Just bend over."
Oh my God! Someone said Ben White is the stick of rock at the scramble. Are you joking?
I
Ben
can't
White
deal
is
with
the
that.
Love Island Phil Jones. Oh my God!
I generally can't deal with vibes, you know. No, seriously, vibes. Yeah, every comment section is banner.
Oh my gosh, the stick of rock that is
50 million though.
I think I heard someone say something like, "Yeah, he's the seaside Phil Jones" or something like that. Yeah, like, oh my God.
No, actually, that's a good point. Talk Aaron Ramsdale.
Do you know what? I wasn't too sure. I was a bit like, I wasn't like the rest of these guys where they was actually abusing him online and stuff like that. I was just a bit like, yeah, I'm not too sure. However, I'm gonna take you back to end of last season. Arsenal played Sheffield United. We beat them, but when Ramsdale had the ball at his feet, I did notice that he consistently played this vertical pass right down the middle of the pitch, and it cuts through the centre backs, the midfield, and it went straight to the attacking midfielder, and it started attacks higher up the pitch. And we saw that today. I know we only played West Brom, but that's what he done. He looks composed with his feet. He looks like he demands his box. So we'll just have to see, innit? We'll have to see. But he done well today. The Brexit behaviour.
Oh my God,
He just doesn't stop.
bruv.
These times, you look. Who does this guy support? United.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But your first choice keeper is who? Henderson.
No, it's David De Gea.
De Gea. He's just as bad.
As Aaron Ramsdale?
Do me a favor. Get out of here.
I can't take that.
Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
He's taking the piss, surely. Do you know him, Rich, don't you?
Yeah, I know.
This is trolling?
Yeah, it's trolling.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Henderson's.
He's still going.
He's still gassing. He's still gassing.
Hold on, let's check in.
Ah.
No, right, stopped. Yeah, no, I do respect a good troll. Fair play to you.
Well, that was fucking dreadful.
Right, restart that statement. That was too far. That was just, there's a troll and then there's just stupidity. Go on, give us a different example.
What, of the goalkeeper?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Do you know what? I'm gonna hold my mouth on that one, but we'll see.
So defend Aaron Ramsdale. You started slabbering about United's goalkeepers.
Listen, when your back's against the wall, you have to come out swinging. So, yeah. We'll see. No, to be fair, you can't get any worse than Leno. Like, I'm not having Leno at all. So we'll see. Hopefully he comes good. But like I said, I wasn't too sure. But today, what I saw today was encouraging, shall I say?
The 6-0 win.
Against West Bromwich Albion.
Yeah.
It's encouraging from a goalkeeping perspective.
No, but yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay, ooh. But what he did have to do, he commanded his box. When crosses came over, he commanded his box. When the ball was at his feet, he looked composed. But like I said, it's West Brom. We won 6-0. So who knows when we come up against, I don't know, the lesser teams like Crystal Palace, you know, who might have a few more shots on goal. We'll see. You never know.
Rich, what's the first big game of the season that you have, discounting Arsenal? Because obviously that's not. When do you play us next, or is it Chelsea or Liverpool? Who's the first big team you play? Discounting Arsenal, so you can maybe count Southampton or something there.
We got West Ham. Then
Brentford, didn't? Oh no, they already won.
We got West Ham. Then we have. Who do we have before? We have Spurs.
Spurs, the first big game.
Spurs are in a couple of weeks.
There's a comment for you, else. Surprised didn't go for someone more experienced like Keylor Navas. What do you think, else?
Is that for me?
Yep.
To be fair, I think what they're trying to do, they're just trying to go for a young team now. So if you look at the profile of players that they've bought, they're all around the same age, between 19 and 23. So I think that kind of, otherwise we would have just signed Matt Ryan to a deal. But apparently they wanted also that they want this. I don't know whether they got some inside intel or something like that, but they're going for like a lot of homegrown players, English players as well. Obviously, before he went to Roma, we wanted Abraham. So they just, I don't know, they've basically got. You've seen the reference, yeah. Well, we'll see.
Because Tammy Abraham wasn't £50 million, you didn't buy him. Because he was 40, you let him go in.
To be fair, when they both, because the rumor of Ramsdale and Abraham came out at the same time, the Ramsdale one, I was like, the Abraham one, I was like, hell no.
There's no logic behind Arsenal, man. I'm not.
No.
You got
I'm not having I'm not. Do you know what? Do you know what? Abraham is he's good with his feet. Yeah, he's good with his feet. I'm not going to deny that. But nah, I'm not. I'm not having Abraham.
You know what they've done? You would have done exactly what you lot did to Welbeck.
Abraham's the King's Road Welbeck.
Bruv, that's not what I'm saying. If he had come to Arsenal, it would have been another Welbeck situation. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm not saying Welbeck was amazing, but in the long run, United, he was doing bits, and then he come to you lot, and he didn't do one bit. And Abraham scored goals, and that's true.
Tell me,
Lack scored. They don't need Bambi Abraham.
lack of hair. Oi, listen, Lacazette's his hairline's strong, mate. His hairline's
strong, mate. His football, man, it's gone downhill since he come to you lot as well, bro. What the fuck?
See, to be fair, that's I was somewhat jealous of that signing of Lacazette. I thought that was a phenomenal buy. It just seems the curse of Arsenal has struck him as well. But what do you think is the future? I think I said this on a stream before about Arsenal. Is I think what he needs to do, Arteta, is that the way it's going, it doesn't look like he can coach his way out of this. I think the way it's going, he needs to rely on the youth, because you can buy yourself a lot of time, a lot of respect for putting out the youth there. I don't think long term he's going to be your manager, but I think if he relies on the youth, there's a chance they can pull something out for him, because they're your best players at the minute. Smith Rowe looks like a baller. Obviously, Saka as well. I think if he dives deep in there, he's got a chance. But if he goes the way if he continues the way he's going at the minute, Christmas will be a surprise. What do you think? Do you think they should just fully go all in youth and try and build something for the future, because you're not going to get any success in the near future?
You do need experience around with youth. So you need to have a nice balance, because obviously, during the football game or during the season, there's going to be situations where the youth are just not going to know how to respond. So you always need that experience there. And it just, in regards to Arteta coaching his way out of the situation that we are in, I hope he does it. But my argument is basically, if you sack Arteta, with how Arsenal are structurally set up from top to bottom, who's going to come in and do anything?
Conte.
He's not. He's a great manager. Yeah, he's a great manager. But great managers need great players to work with. You can't work with. You can't just work with shit. Like, do you know what I mean? You're not gonna. I don't know.
No,
You're not. You can't work with shit.
With shit. It's the fact that where you look, I'm not. You know, if you look at Conte won the league with Juventus, then went to to the Italian squad, and the Italian squad he had, although we got to semi-finals with him or quarterfinals.
Okay, did you win it?
Huh?
Did you win it?
Did you see the team we had, and we still beat fucking Spain that year as well? This is what I'm trying to say to you.
Yeah, but
Conte can work miracles. It doesn't matter, bruv.
What I'm trying to say is, we're in this game to win stuff. Yeah, we're in this game to win stuff. That's it. We're in this game to win silverware.
You gotta be realistic. You gotta be realistic. Arteta.
That is my reality. That's that. Listen, I come from an era of where Arsenal used to win.
Bro, how young are you?
There was no Chelsea. There was no Tottenham. There was no nothing. There was no Liverpool. It was just Arsenal, Man United. That was it. So my expectation is probably unrealistic now. However, what I'm going to say to you is, what Arteta needs to do, this is going to sound so crazy. What Arteta needs to do is aim to win the Premier League. It's not going to happen. No, it's not going to happen.
Hold on.
Listen, just let me finish.
Oh, it's how young are you, bro?
No. Wait. He needs to aim to win the Premier League, because it's not going to happen. But what happens is when you aim high, you're going to fall somewhere around 1 to 4. Yeah, you might even 1 to 5. Yeah, if you're aiming for the top 4, you're gonna miss out. You're gonna miss out on that top 4, and you're probably gonna miss out on that top 6.
You know, I can see where you're coming from with.
You understand?
Because I think Arsenal have kind of accepted top 4 as an achievement in a sense before they.
That's what we used to aim for.
That's not what he's saying. That ain't what he's saying.
That is exactly what I'm saying.
No, what he's trying to get at, Brad, is he's trying to say that, listen, back in the day when it was like the Vieiras, the Henrys and stuff, they were looking to win the league. They had a mentality of wanting to win the league. But it's kind of changed over the years where it's now like, let's just get to the Champions League. Mm-hmm. So they have to somehow, which will obviously be difficult, retrain their mind to say we need to win the league, which I don't 100%. Think has happened in the last 14 years.
So what you're saying is Arteta has got to say to his squad, right, you guys are good enough to win the league.
No,
but not really.
Okay.
Sorry, but the thing is, when Arsenal, like, say for instance, on the weekend when we played Chelsea, I don't think any of those players actually believed that we was actually going to win that game. And it's probably going to be the same for City as well. We probably actually don't believe that we're actually going to get anything from the game. However, those players need to go out there and feel like that they can win the game, or at least not lose the game. Do you understand? And you're consistently picking up points, So you need to aim to say, do you know what? We're gonna try and contend for the title. It's not gonna happen because we are miles off the top teams. But what's gonna happen is that you start to contend for those Champions League places, and then you're more likely to finish around those Champions League spots. If you're saying, our aim is to finish in the Champions League, and you don't make the Champions League, you're gonna finish anywhere between 4 to 6. It's too risky. It depends. It depends what the aim is. It depends what the aim is. Aim for the stars and go for something.
Right. Let me whilst you read that, listen to what I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
What needs to happen at Arsenal, okay, is you need to get rid of the Wenger mentality. Arteta,
that's what they're trying to do.
Yes. No, they're not. How can you with a player who managed Arteta?
Wenger.
Right.
So El Moisey as well.
No. What you need is to rebuild from the ground up. And when I'm saying in the ground up, you need a manager who has nothing to do with Wenger. Because what's happened is
we had that in Emery.
Rob Emery was a manager who had nothing to do with
that in Emery, and that was
Emery inherited a team. Yeah. Emery inherited. He does always that. Emery inherited a Wenger team, and you're not going to change that mentality. Because in the long run, there was so many players that were Wenger-esque still at that team.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say is what I'm saying to you is that he's trying to change that Wenger mentality. Arteta's actually got rid of a handful of those Wenger players that were taking the piss, the Ozils, the Mustafis, Kolasinac's about to leave. Do you know what I mean? So slowly but sure. Remember, some of these guys got their contracts terminated. You know, not sold. Contracts terminated.
I get what you're saying, but what you got to think about, it's not just about that. It's also how you play your football, bro. You lot are still playing like you put Thierry Henry on that fucking pitch. It don't work.
It's gonna. It'll come. It'll come. Maybe with Arteta, maybe not, but it'll come.
It won't be under Arteta. You need someone with a different mentality and bring a different shape to Arsenal, because Arsenal's football is too retro and it don't work anymore for you lot. Simple.
No, I think Arteta. I think mentality wise, I think Arteta's on the right. He's trying to be ruthless. I think he's trying to something along that level because he's had enough. I think Arteta, he's trying to change the mentality, most definitely. But as an Arsenal fan, if you know, you know that there was guys in the club just literally coming there just to chill, take the piss, grab a paycheck and be on holiday. Do you know what I mean?
All the money comes to Chelsea, so you got Willian who's taking the piss, bruv. Literally.
They call it the Chelsea retirement home, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was about to call it. With David Luiz, Willian, slowly.
To be fair, the David Luiz one was a good one still. Thanks for that.
Was it?
That was a good one. Yeah, he was.
Is it? What's he won?
Yeah. FA Cup.
Sorry, what cup?
The FA Cup.
Oh, FA Cup friends.
Yeah, you thought I was going to say
Nah, Leo, let's not do this, bro. Put some respect on the FA Cup, man.
No, I do. I mean,
these Chelsea dons, they feel so privileged now. But just remember, my man nearly bought for a pound. I saw you got bought for a pound. Did you get bought for a pound?
I'm Glenn Hoddle days. Don't even talk to me about Chelsea. I know how shit we were. I already knew this pre. I knew it pre, bruv. I knew what it was like to feel shit. So now I'm gonna stand on my podium. I'm gonna be happy about it. I'm gonna give a fuck.
All right, cool. All right.
Brad, can I ask one question? Because this is actually Palace related.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Thoughts? What's your thoughts on Eddie Nketiah? Because we've had so many. Personally, I don't want him. Personally,
Right.
But
Do you know what? Yeah, you see Eddie. Yeah, he's looked sharp. He's looked sharp this season. Before he got injured, he was looking sharp. I was like, okay. Started to make me think, do you know what? I wouldn't mind giving this guy a new contract and keep the guy. But in reality, he's got to go. He's a poacher. Everything outside, I'm not so sure.
Oh, so what do you make of Reece Nelson?
I think that he's got the potential to be. I think he's got the potential to be better than Jadon Sancho. However, he doesn't possess the confidence that Jadon Sancho possesses in his own ability. Therefore, I think it's gonna. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's gonna reach his level.
I asked because I think Nelson's a good player, but you just blew me away with that Jadon Sancho thing.
No, I think he's got the potential to be. He's got the potential to be. Like if you look like at reports of back in the day, they used to say that out of the two of them, they always used to think that Reece Nelson was going to be the one to more likely to make it. And you can tell when we play against in the Europa League last year, we played against the lesser teams. You can see that you can see the potential that he beholds, but he just doesn't have the confidence. He's not aggressive enough. Whereas Sancho is aggressive in his running, he's direct. Reece Nelson, he's not. He's just not. I just don't think he has that belief. He's not aggressive enough. So I don't know where he's going to end up. To be honest, let's make or break.
We'll give it time anyway. Let's see what Oli does with Sancho, innit?
No, Sancho's a bad boy. Sancho's a bad boy. He's got it. He's got it. What I'm trying to say is,
he's got it. I want to see what he does under Oli, though.
Why? What do you think, Oli? What is your perception of Oli anyway?
That's what we'll do. We'll use this as an opportunity to segue because we haven't actually touched on United yet. Brush, it's now your turn. Everyone else can be a little bit quiet until there's a point to interject. Brush, you don't have a channel yet?
No.
Yet?
To be continued, man. I'm good for the time being. Just jumping on, talking football.
Yep, and we all appreciate it. You're always there. I've been asking people two questions. First one, a topic that you want to discuss about your club, i.e., United, in your case, and the second one would be something more general, maybe about the Premier League, maybe about a different league, or maybe just about an aspect of football that you don't think is getting enough attention. So the first one, is there anything you want to discuss about United as a whole?
Not particularly. I think Alton was asking me a question about how I felt about Ollie.
With
Ollie, I think he's where he is because of who he is to our club as a player. Like, if you just look at his CV, like, I don't think anyone would hire him for the job.
Yeah, I don't think he would have got the job, and I don't think
if he leaves us, I don't see many other opportunities being there for him at other clubs either. So it's one of them ones. We work with what we've got, but he's in a very privileged position.
Does any of the other lads, if say your managers left tomorrow, would any of you take them?
Nope.
Ollie?
No.
No one's taking him, bro.
Even at Palace?
Nope.
Wow.
Do you think your current squad is a title winning squad? Like, or do you think Ollie can win the title with your current squad?
See, this is the thing though, because with Ollie, it's all vibes, isn't it? So we're just reliant way too heavily on individuals to shine. I don't think you can do that for the entirety of a season.
Yeah, I don't think the squad's good enough to win the league, but I think it's not too far off. We are missing a couple of
keys. With a better coach though, I reckon we would be challenging. I think we would at least be in conversations.
I think we're one world-class signing, maybe two world-class / good signings from
another world-class signing. How many more world-class signings you lot want in your fucking team, bro?
We need a CDM. We're in dire need for it.
Are you saying Pastor Fred's not good enough?
Definitely not. McTominay is not good enough. Johnny van der Beek, Buck, Northern Ireland.
McTominay, yeah. See McTominay, he needs to get out of here. He needs to get out of here. Yeah. He's the El Nene of Man United. That's the way I see it, anyway.
Would you take Fred?
Take him where? Back to Brazil.
Bro, they're getting rid of Torreira. I'll take Torreira over Fred.
You don't want to wear Torreira. No way.
I'll take Torreira, bro. Like, I don't know what happened to him at Arsenal, but before that, he was bad.
He's not strong enough. He's too weak, man.
Watch what he does in the Italian league, man. He's going Fiorentina.
Yeah, but the Italian league is full of.
Go on.
Just full of what? There's nothing. It's just like there's no. This is the Premier League. Now, this is the Premier League, yeah?
Yeah.
The toughest league in the world. The intensity, the intensity is crazy. And Torreira, he just good. Do you know what? I don't mind him. He's a good player and stuff. I think he was overhyped. But yeah, he's not strong enough.
Right, we're not talking even more about Arsenal. It was funny enough at the start, but we're not going back. There's actually, with a new chap here in the comments, there has made a bit of an outrageous statement. Sounds like something that you would say, Alt. He says,
let's not get into this again. I feel like we've discussed this loads over the last couple of weeks.
That has to be trolling, surely. Leo, you've went very quiet there. What do you think about this?
What, Bruno?
Yeah.
Adapted to the Premier League really well. Plays very differently for United than he does for Portugal. Has good and bad. I think he's not overrated. I just think he has good games and bad games, to be honest. And when he's on form, the guy's fucking unbelievable and unplayable. But when he's
you know what it is, Leo? It's because our fan base love to gas people up in it.
Of course.
And overlook all of their flaws and, that just go on like they're the next best thing since sliced bread. That's what it is.
Everyone looks at Portuguese players and the first thing they think, he's the next Ronaldo. No, each player has their own kind of charisma and bring their own kind of style of play. And for me, when Fernandes is on like form, he's unplayable. Like, generally, he is so good. Like, he can finish, he can pass ball, and honestly, he's great. And someone's already backtracking already. Look.
No, to be honest, I can see why he divides opinion. I like Bruno. but I can see why he divides opinion.
He doesn't have a high football IQ. He's still quite young, and the thing is, he's
He's not that young, bro. He's like what, 26?
I know, but he's can't. In regards to the Premiership, he's young because he's come from Sporting Lisbon. You see what I'm saying? Where someone like Ronaldo came in his early teens and learned his trade basically in the Premiership, and then he got fortunate enough. Obviously, he became the player he's become. But he started at a younger age. So bringing in a player of Bruno's age to the Premiership, he will learn how to become more prolific, and that actually will be resonated into his international career because everyone slates him.
Yeah, I was really impressed with his finishes against Leeds.
And I'm telling you,
that's what Bruno's good at, though, isn't it? He's good at the thing with Bruno's good. He's good at finishing. What Bruno does when he gets the ball. Out of 10 passes, nine will fail, but the one that he gets is something spectacular. Do you know what I mean? But he's a risk taker of a footballer. I think where he divides opinion is everything outside of his assists and his goals, his overall play, like comparatively to let's say someone like Pogba.
Especially on days when he tries to force it as well and it doesn't come off, it just looks really bad.
So what I'm gonna say is, if you're playing, so Pogba, obviously being French, has his own caliber and obviously his own persona. Where Fernandes, obviously playing for Portugal, everyone looks at one player only and putting the Portuguese league international team at the moment. Yeah, and what's going to happen is that instead of becoming the great player he can be, he's going to let his ego get in the way of it, which is what happens when you play for somewhere like when you're playing for the Portuguese national team. You had Quaresma at one point who was very egotistical, but actually, and there's later when they won the European Cup, he that's the time he matured, and that was at the latter end of his career. So you had Nani as well at one point who was amazing, but then tried to be too much like Ronaldo and not have his own persona. And the same with Bruno Fernandes. If he sticks with what he knows, he'll be his own player. But what people are trying to resonate is that I want to be Ronaldo. It's not going to happen, man. Be your own player. Show what you're capable of, and it will just come. And that's what's going to happen. At United, he can be himself, which is why when he has a good game, and I mean an unbelievable game, he's unstoppable because he concentrates solely on what Bruno Fernandes can do. So
you see that comment there about Bruno, yeah? Not good, retainable, whatever like that. Like I do hear, I like Bruno, yeah. I don't think he's poor. I think he's a good player, yeah. However, I feel like this comment should be for Marcus Rashford.
Yeah.
I think if there's any player that you're gonna say is overrated, it's Marcus Rashford.
This comment in particular is a madness. I think Thomas is, and to use another bit of slang, smoking budge. Yeah, that is an insane thing to say.
No, not just budge, but budge, mate. Honestly, it's proper,
to blame Bruno for United not winning the title under Ollie is insane. Bruno is the only reason we're anywhere near winning anything ever. Pogba is very inconsistent. Pogba's probably a better player, but a bit more inconsistent, and also may not be that player for very much longer.
I don't know who Thomas is because he's chatting.
No, he's not. I can see the angle he's coming from. I don't agree with him. I think, but he's got a point. Like I was saying, everything outside of the specific things that Bruno does, his game is pretty horrible. Not horrible, but it's pretty average.
I think with Bruno, yes, he's a risk taker, but I guess I think he will be more efficient. I mean, he is efficient as it is already. His stats tell you that. But I think the team as a whole will be a bit more efficient if he simplified his game a bit.
Yeah.
That would be my only criticism of Bruno. Other than that, he's unreal, in my opinion.
You compare him to Pogba.
I completely
I think we'll see more of that this season as well, Rich. I'm looking forward to seeing more of him linking up with Pogba.
I think he started the season really well, actually. It's a lot simpler in the sense.
If you're to do that with Bruno, you take away what Bruno is. You need Bruno to do it. He's one of very few players in world football that can make something out of nothing. and he does it frequently enough where he's a very high risk player. Yes, and he does give it away, and he can be infuriating. But he's the guy that will win you games when you've no right to win it. He's the guy that puts you in the opportunity for winning, especially in the cup competitions. We got to the final because of the likes of the things that he would pulling off. Bruno is the reason Ollie has some sort of chance of winning anything ever, because Bruno is all Ollie is all vibes. It's very little coaching. It's go you out there and what everybody calls him, what a moment of brilliance FC. That's what we're called. He's relying on somebody doing something that they're not coached for, and Bruno is the epitome of that. So for this manager, Bruno is perfect.
Brad and Brush, could I ask a question?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on his pressing? Because I feel like that's the reason why McTominay and Fred play, because there's such a massive gap in the middle of the park when he presses.
Yeah, because he plays up so high and he leaves that gap. He's a second striker, isn't he? That's what we said in terms of his movement.
It seems to be very tactical. There was a point in the Southampton game where he seemed to get a wee bit lost and ended up covering for Wan-Bissaka when he lost the ball on the right wing, and he was playing at right back. But yet most of the time, he's up playing as the second striker. A lot of the time, actually, ahead of our the most advanced player. And I think that's part of what's going wrong with us, is there's a big, giant gap in between midfield and attack. And that's why room temperature Martial, as Vibes called him, looked just stranded. He looked like no support, and it didn't improve when Mason went in there, even though he's an infinitely better player. The problem with the system. So what's going wrong there is Ollie not coaching Bruno to be able to be where he needs to be for the players around him, or is he just going, he's so good, he'll make something out of nowhere, just you go out there and do what you want, and then it's leading situations where he's trying to break the defensive line, or he's chasing around people in the bottom corners. Like the goal that we conceded against Southampton, it came from a breakdown at the left back position where Bruno was. So he's either he's too deep, or he's too far ahead, and that's what's leaving a big gap. And I think that's where Pogba's sort of working out quite well, because he's sort of linking that a bit, playing sort of left attacking midfielder type position. But I don't know. It seems like if Ollie had 11 Brunos, he would have more of a chance than if he had 11 system players. What do you think, Brush?
I mean, listen, if you give any of us that amount of talent, then, something's going to happen. You can just sit back and relax, right?
Yeah, no, I mean more like if you have 11 players that might not be the most consistent, but they can give you a 10 out of 10. Where a lot of title winning teams would have.
Listen, a lot of the time I'll settle for a solid 7, 8 out of 10 if it's consistent.
What we're getting with Bruno is he'll either give you a 9 or he'll give you a 5.
It's all about that middle ground, isn't it?
Yeah, but Ollie's the type of guy that he needs players that can give you 9s, and when it all falls together and it all is going to work out.
And this is the problem, though. And I get that we've given him a new contract, so obviously he's not going anywhere. But surely they must see that he needs some help in the back room. Why not go bring in a tactician? Why not, get some experience in that back room?
Yeah, well, you've seen we've had the set piece coach that's come in. Looks like things have slightly improved already, but yeah, why is that not happening? What is Ollie doing? Is he a coach? Is he a manager? Or is he just a cheerleader? What's going on? I don't understand.
It's a bit of everything, isn't it? Really.
I mean,
we've the one thing we have all praised is probably his man management. But even with that, though, there's one or two things that I'm starting to question. Like I'm hearing that he's saying it's up to Jesse if he stays or goes, and this isn't a youth club. Like what? What do you mean it's up to him if he stays or goes, bro? What kind of nonsense is this?
To be fair, he is a liar.
Can I ask you a question? You say that you need a DM. Is it a DM you said that you guys need?
Yep.
Do you not reckon that you need a new right back?
Well, in this system, yeah, it's problematic, bro. Because, like, first of all, again, questions need to be asked in it on the scouting and who's making the decisions. Because if you plan to play up from the back, you do not go and buy Wan-Bissaka. It's madness.
Fair point. Yeah. And then Delo, you let him go on loan, then you come back, and is he going to play or is he going to be loaned out again?
Yeah, and this is the thing though. When you spend 45 million on a player as well, you're kind of stuck with it. You're not, it's not going to be an easy change.
I think Aaron Wan-Bissaka's his game is flawed as a right back, man. Honestly, I think in a back three on the right hand side. Just by the way, yeah, Greenwood and Martial, they're both bad, yeah, especially Martial for me personally. Martial's feet is crazy. He just needs a better attitude. But Wan-Bissaka, I think in the back three, you'll be really good on the right hand side.
Wait. You can't just say something like that and then just move past it. Greenwood is bad.
No, I mean bad as in good.
As in good, Bradley.
Oh, right. Hold on. That's a batter sucker situation.
Don't worry.
No. I like Mark. To be fair, Greenwood. Yeah, he's good, but I like Martial. But I think he just needs. I don't know what. I think he needs a fresh start. Maybe.
I think I was slightly off put there by you saying that Martial was bad because, as an Irish person, Martial is bad. Yes, he's bad. Rich, would you take Martial at Palace?
Yes.
Yeah, of course he would.
Do you know who we've got?
Given the money that you would need to outlay for him, do you think that will be a worthwhile purchase?
Listen, if we have to close down one side of our stadium to have him in, yeah, I'll do it. I'm sorry, we've got Benteke and Mateta. I'll take him.
The other half of the stadium would end up getting shut down too if you were relying on everything.
So be it.
Leo, what about you? Would you have him in the squad?
Chelsea?
Yeah.
No.
This is a guy with Werner.
I mean, yeah, but they've got Pulisic as well, innit? So Pulisic probably gets them
We've got a very balanced team. I wouldn't add nothing to us at the moment. I'd say he probably needs to move away from the PL at the moment, Martial, to get his career back on track. Seriously, man.
But where would he go?
La Liga.
Liga, yep.
Yeah.
Anywhere he goes, he's gonna score goals. I like Martial, man.
Do you know what he is? He's another Memphis Depay, bruv. He was at United. Yeah, he's another Memphis. He's another Memphis, man. He'll do the same and start scoring goals, bruv. Seriously, trust in what I say to you. The guy just doesn't get enough game time. And when he does, he hasn't been played enough to really kind of engrave himself into the PL. So he definitely needs to move away from it. And
there's certain times where he struggles because we don't create enough chances for him as well.
Yeah.
So it's not all on Tony.
No, it's just a different kind of. He's just got a different mentality of his movements different, and I just think either he's not atoned with United style of play, although he's been there for a long period of time.
Which is mad to say, considering it's his 6th year at the club.
Yeah, mad.
Wow.
And how many games can you remember him playing back to back?
To be fair, to defend him a bit, how many managers has he been through?
Exactly. And how often has he played? Not very often. I think he was.
What is United's style of play, by the way?
Moment of brilliance.
Counter attack.
Well, it seems to be now trying to play out the back, sort of possession / counter attack.
Play out the back with Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire. I don't care what anyone says. He's not a ball playing defender.
No.
How are you going to progress the ball from the back with Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Fred, McTominay,
Maguire?
That's what I'm saying. People like when you say Maguire's not a ball playing centre back, I think when he was with England, he showed that he can do something. But I think people like Virgil van Dijk has ruined it for everybody. When he gets the ball on his left foot and he springs it all the way to the right hand side on the toe, I think now everybody looks to their centre back to do that, and not everybody can do that.
You see, I think the his performances for England have I think they're a bit of a red herring. They're a bit of a false bit of success because what happens with an international team is that they can't train as regularly. They can't put in a solid pressing system where the centre backs are constantly under pressure, so they get a lot more time because they're not being. Yeah, the pace is slower. They get some time, but you were seeing it against.
In all honesty, I think we were clutching at straws and just hoping for the best in it, like hoping that he could build on that. Because when you break it down, it is a mad fee that we paid for him. He's never going to be worth that.
Well, if he stays at the club for the next 5 years, we'll win something.
Well, you're stuck with him, Brad. Because if you were to sell him in the open market now, how much do you think we're getting?
22 mil.
I would be, if I was being generous, I would say probably about 30. You might stretch to 40 with add-ons, if that.
22 mil. Bro.
No, I think you're mad. If you know me, I say I'm not a big Maguire fan, but I reckon probably getting 50 for him. Basically,
no one say 50 for him.
No,
here's why you've got the English bag, but you know 100%. What it is. You know what it is. There's a lack of a centre back that'll come in and do a job for any team. Arsenal would definitely take him. He's not terrible, but he's just 50 million.
He's not terrible by any means, but this is the thing, though. We're trying, on paper at least, we're trying to, fight for league titles and get far in the Champions League. If that is your goal on a consistent basis, then Harry Maguire probably is not your guy.
I think Harry Maguire is good with a centre back next to him that can demand. Do you know what I mean? Like a real leader. Sorry,
who out there
got a bit of pace? If you got someone like Varane's coming in, if Varane and him play, where Varane's got the pace and will chase down the ball or move more forward, and Maguire's the more of the holding because he's more static. That's where he shows his worth, which is what he did with the England team. Is you've always got someone that's got more movement, although like it's Stone still had more movement than him, which is what made him stand out a little bit more because he stays back. He doesn't go as forward as that. So I think with Varane coming into play, get rid of fucking Lindelof because he's a pile of shit anyway.
Bro, we can't get rid of Lindelof, he's our third best defender.
That's what I'm saying. He's a pile of shit. He's not in your first team at the moment. He's your backtrack, man. Put Varane and Maguire, and Maguire will start showing his worth. I actually like Maguire. I'm not gonna lie. I think he's got potential, but he's just not consistent as he is for England. But as I say, players play differently for their national team than they do for their clubs.
Who do you get out there for 50 million at centre back?
Joachim Anderson or Mark Gay.
Can have Chiellini if you want. And he's 37, bro.
What's the guy from Napoli's name?
Koulibaly.
You're not getting him for 50 million?
No, you're getting him for about 65.
Yeah.
And he's like 31 now, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's fucking sick, bro. Ben White. Hey, when Ben
White comes good,
Dreadful.
You know what? Banter aside, I actually don't think Ben White is a bad player. I think he's pretty good.
He's not. Good on the ball.
I mean, obviously the fee is inflated, but whose fee isn't inflated? Like Maguire went for 80, Grealish went for 100.
Joachim Anderson and Mark Gaze.
The only thing I worry about Ben White is his strength. But anyway, moving on.
Well, this is my point. You would get 50 million for Maguire if you were to buy him now. And I don't like him.
You would definitely get 50 million for Maguire, 100%.
Yeah.
85 million.
Where would he go, though? I reckon he goes to like an Everton if he leaves us.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think he's very highly rated, especially after the England's performances, which we've just sort of poo-pooed on that, but it still does count for something. I think if somebody come in as an emergency fee, like a lot of teams would have him, especially if they're looking for somebody that's there as a static player, as Leo was saying, if they need that in their squad, who out there is better than him at that?
What, being static?
Yeah, but someone to be there to come in.
I'm not sure that's a selling point, Bradley.
No, there's someone to be there, has a physical presence, does have a little bit at the feet, but he can pull off some good stuff. But the maddest thing was how quickly he got that armband. That was insane.
Crazy. It's the blind leading the blind.
Yeah.
Guy's been relegated more times than he's won anything.
So what's the minimum requirement for Ollie this season, or he's got to go? What is it?
Silverware.
Go for PB.
See, this is the thing though with Ollie. I think there's different standards for Ollie. I reckon people are way more lenient on Ollie. In the same way that, say, at Chelsea, Gary Neville earlier last season was saying how Lampard needs time, and then Tuchel came in and he was saying Chelsea need to win something.
Thing is, though, like
they're all friends, they're all brethren. They won't say any bad thing about you.
So yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. There's always a level of protection around Ollie.
Yeah, we said it before. It's the only reason he got the job is because of who he is. The only reason he hasn't been sacked at this point is because of who he is.
Mate.
Yeah,
But
and also
to
it
be
comes
fair-
down to the ambition of the owners as well, innit? I think their goals are different to ours. I think they're happy as long as we're in a Champions League position. Keeps
To
the
be
money
fair to Ollie, though,
flowing through.
To be fair to Ollie, after the loss at Crystal Palace and then the 6-1 defeat at to Tottenham, nobody would have thought that they're going to finish second. Not even me.
Say that again, Oz. What was that?
The 3-1 defeat to Palace. So fair play to Ollie on that. But obviously now what we're saying, he has to challenge, or he just has to win a trophy of some sort.
Well, I mean, winning a trophy would be a start, bro. Like, because he hasn't won anything, has he, at United?
He
So
can have the EFL Cup this year.
you know what, Man City have got that on lock,
I think if he wins,
Richard, it's called the EFL Cup, yeah, not Carabao, though. Yeah, I was right. Yeah,
Whatever.
Isn't it the same thing? Don't they change sponsors every few
Yeah,
years?
that's why I said it. He's like, man's Carabao Cup. Man's like, no, it's the EFL, bro. Don't make me look like a dickhead. I know what I'm talking about.
Who have you got in the next round, Rich?
Oh, like the George Ware thing, yeah?
Yeah, all right. All right. We got one right. Well done, Richard. Well done. Who they got in the next round? They got fuck all United, innit?
I don't care about the cup.
No.
We need to stay in the Prem.
Oh, guys, one thing we haven't touched on. Is it tomorrow? Champions League draws happening.
Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah. And
This is where me and Orton come out the chat.
Have you seen the potential who Chelsea could potentially get group wise? Mental, bro. Someone like PSG, who's PSG, Ajax, and some other. It's just in one group. I was just like, no, this is mad. Like,
Yeah. The way that I had a look at it earlier. The way the pots were looking, we could get. Yeah, it could get a bit sticky for us still.
yeah, Brush. I think we're due a bit of an easy group at some point.
Did you see that we could get Villarreal as well, Brad?
Oh, say that.
Do you know what? I love that final. That final was great.
Well, Emery won the cup, yeah.
That final was great, man.
Bro, for United fans, it was like watching that final again, watching England. It was mad.
But do you know what though? Yeah, like as much as I said, you got to give some credit to Ollie. Yeah, when that final just basically screams as to why he's probably not the man for the job. 100 minutes, no substitution, and then
Rashford could barely walk, bro.
And Villarreal made 5. Villarreal made 5, and certain Man United fans were going, well, he doesn't trust the bench, but yet Villarreal can make 5 subs. Are you telling me that the Villarreal bench was better?
And if he doesn't trust the bench, whose fault is that?
Yeah,
mad.
I don't get. I just don't get the Donny thing. The Donny thing is crazy.
That's
but,
mad. That's mad.
Yes, it's all mad.
He's gonna go back to Ajax, isn't it?
He doesn't. Someone should tell him you don't need to play with 2 DMs. You just leave one. Just leave one in there. Leave Fred in there because he's more tenacious. Then change McTominay for Van de Beek, and then your midfield is looking mental.
Yeah, well, maybe he'll start doing that with Varane comes in. Maybe he will release another number 6, be a bit more adventurous. Who knows?
Johnny is now your 6th choice midfielder.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Something happened. Something strange is going on, and we're going to see it in the documentary. It'll be talking about Adam Johnson and then Donny Van der Beek. Right, folks, we're nearly at 2 hours. We're going to get out of here because it's 12:30. We're 12:30. We're all
right.
old men that have things to do, so we're going to get out.
Man's been up since 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm just saying, yeah.
I'm the same.
Oh, Alton. Leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
You'll like this one. If you're ever missing your friend, he's here.
Who put the shot at him?
Santiago.
God, that is funny.
Santiago did him and sent him to you.
Nah, you're right today, Ox. It's way past his bedtime, innit?
Yeah, that's why Olds come on here. He knew he was safe.
Listen, whenever I see his face here, I'm just gonna log off.
Don't worry, man. I call him the undecided one, innit? That's basically what he needs to be called because he has got.
He's great. He's great banter, to be fair.
He cracks me up. 1 minute he loves them, next minute, oh yeah, United this and maybe City will win the league. I was just like,
the Rich triggered him last week and he went off on a random run about Crystal Palace. It was so funny.
Bro, and then he tried Googling for me. I was just like, what's he on about? I was like, when you're watching someone like, where are we going with this, bro? I was like, and you're letting this guy take control and share screen. I was just like, okay.
It's actually one last thing. Bradders, tell Alton what about the word.
I've already said it. Rich.
Everybody's heard about the word. Bird.
What word, Rich? You say it.
Can you explain to Bradley what a bad as uckers is?
Oh my gosh. Who taught him that? Okay, no.
He thought it meant ugly.
That would probably make more sense, to be fair.
The maddest thing about it is I have lost count how many different different chats, different live chats, different times, days, different contexts where I've used that phrase in writing with my name beside it, thinking that means ugly, and in fact it doesn't.
No, it don't, bruv.
It doesn't.
You definitely don't.
Oh my gosh.
I had Hamza that up on the live.
You know what you do? Ask Hamza to Google it and do a Google search for you, and they can probably show you videos as well.
No, he can't.
Bro, he's underage, bro. You gotta be careful with what you tell man to do.
Oh, come here, for real, actually.
Before you end up in the news, Leo.
Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
That was fucking dreadful.
Brad, they're calling it Bradders Uckers in the chat now.
Bradders Uckers.
Oh shit, that's gonna stick as well.
It's actually gonna stick.
That's gonna stick. That's a new hashtag, bro.
Did you just make that up, or was that vibes?
No. It was, scroll up. I don't know if you can scroll up.
I bet it was vibes, innit?
It probably was vibes. I saw it earlier and I was cracking up. I bet you didn't.
Yeah, what? Yeah. Each to their own.
Didn't skip.
Yeah. I found it. 11:17.
Do you think I'm going to put this up on the screen? Is that what you give me that timestamp for? You think I'm going to put it up here?
It was Santiago.
Okay, no.
You might as well own the phrase now, innit? It's yours.
Bro, that's what the WhatsApp group is called now, as well. Look.
Bradders Uckers. Oh my god.
Am I allowed to say Bradders Uckers all the time now?
You can do. I mean, it's down to you if you feel like you really want to be talking about that, bro. But
I might, when you're putting in your name into the StreamYard, and the next KG show, I might put that instead of your fan key, put in Brother Sucker.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're all getting a bit giddy here. We're all sounding like your man. What was his name? Thomas Omar with the absolute mad takes. Also, the top level trolling out of you tonight has got to be applauded. Well done.
Oh, and Brad, before we close out, can we take a moment to appreciate Danny Ings' finish? That was the highlight of the weekend, man, in the Premier League.
It's a great goal.
If he was a little bit younger, I'll take him at Arsenal.
He bags goals, in it. He's 30 in the Premier League.
Bro, swapping for Lacazette, he'll probably give you more goals.
Yeah, I feel bad for Laka, man. Laka, look at the state of Laka's hairline, bro. That's what your club does.
Mate.
Vibes again, lack of hair.
Or lack of fret, people used to call him.
I like that. Right, we're going to get out of here. We'll do it one by one because I said we'll do it before. Shout out the channel links. All the links should be in the description. Rush, you need to get that channel sorted out immediately. Else, you don't have a channel either, do you, Else?
No, I don't have a channel, man. But just big up everybody in here, man. Big up yourself, Brad Zuckers. Rich, big up every time. Brush, man, it's good to finally be on the stream with you and you as well, Leo. Although you pissed me off, Leo. No joking.
I love you, man. I mean, I gotta say, Control Alt and Delete, brother. See you later.
Yeah. But
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here.
Get out of
here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Listen, Oaks, next time, bro. Next time we have to talk about the good old days, man. The Wenger Faggy days.
Yes. That'll be for episode 2. Brush, it's time for you to...
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here.
See you later, boys.
Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
Need to shorten that down a bit. Leo, shout out the channel name.
Yeah, man, Euroscope and Kalchistikot, and I will be doing the first episode of that soon, I swear down. But yeah, man, it's been a pleasure as usual. 2 hours of my life. I'm never getting back, but it was worth it. Definitely.
And
right.
Links in the description. Links in the description. If you're watching this live,
subscribe. Oh yeah, and subscribe if you're not already.
100%.
Decent.
Do me a favor, please.
That goes on too long. Hold on. Too many buttons here. Rich, we started the show with you. We'll end the show with you. Plug the channel.
Eagle-eyed football, predominantly Crystal Palace content, but I talk to fans from many clubs. So yeah, just check me out, check the show out, check the channel out, and whatever team you support, Sunday night 9:00, get amped. Come and rant about your team, whether they win or lose. I'm there.
That I must say, Rich, that was a mad one with the Crystal Palace Ghana. When you brought a certain individual on and starts talking playing against Stoke.
As a stream, it was probably one of my proudest ones as a Ghanaian myself, and to just see the joy on their faces with everything that's happened. And then obviously a certain fan came on, and I love him to bits.
That was so good.
And he just went on about Doncaster, and you can look at their faces. They're like, "What's going on?"
It was hilarious.
But it was brilliant.
I'd love to see the respect that they had for everybody that was coming on and chatting and
it was amazing.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
Amazing.
Hopefully you'll be able to pull off some more master strokes like that in the future. So yes, hopefully. If you're watching this in the future or you're watching it live, Rich's link will be in the description. Go over there and subscribe to see some good stuff there.
Most importantly, subscribe to United Fan TV. Spread the word, man. It's great content. Great
Got him!
Yeah, but I'm not ever fucking swearing.
Well, that was fucking dreadful.
All right.
Do me a favor, please.
Yes, time to
do me a favor, please. Get out of here.
See you later.
Do me a favor, please. Thing out. Anyway, let's get out of here. It's time to go to sleep. Bye, everybody. Still alive. I hit the wrong button. I'm an old man. Bye.